Hi, it's Patrice here. This is my second go around in doing this video. I think I was saying too much in the first go around, so I deleted it. But I don't think I'm gonna delete this one. So because sometimes it can be hard to know how much to say, and yeah. So I'm still off and on grieving, and I know that this is just what it is. This is what it like the process looks like, and it's just what my life is now. Not like just like a big banner of grief like over me, but sometimes I'm gonna grieve because sometimes things are gonna happen that will trigger some kind of memory or something, or it could be that I learn more information and that could cause grief. And so I have to be okay with that and just allow myself that space to grieve. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm at the beach with my children. My little one is coming over to me now. He just ventured out into the water with his sisters for a little bit just to let it like come up to his feet. And this is a big deal for him because he never, he would not go near that water, and I don't blame him. It's too much of it. But he's on his way over here now. So yeah, I'm grieving just what is. There's a couple things that have happened. I just discovered through Facebook, which is always funky, that for me, pivotal person in my family died, and no one has said a word about it. I don't know if the funeral has already happened, and it may have at this point because the date was a little bit ago. And so this is one of my grandfather's cousins, and this happened before. My grandmother's last living sibling passed, and I didn't know anything about it, and it just feels it feels nasty. It feels like and it might not be. It might be I like to give people the benefit of doubt and not just suppose like, oh, whatever you want to make up. I don't like to just start making up narratives. But it feels nasty. And regarding my mother, I know how my mother operates because I'm not in contact, regular contact with her. This would definitely just be a punishment. It's like, oh, well, you're not talking to me. Well, I'm not telling you anything. I'm not gonna, because for me, if it was me, I would some kind of way call, text, email, something, my child and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know that so-and-so passed, and, just wanted to let you know that, and leave it at that. But my mother's not mature enough for that. So, so it's a little sad. It's so that I'm grieving about that. And then, also, I learned recently that my mother, so my mother, my husband and I lived together before we got married. And in fact, when we got married, we had our first child already. She was 2 when we got married. And it was an interesting journey because so I grew up in the Catholic Church, but sex wasn't really talked about like that. And it was just kind of like taboo. And then my mother had this thing of, well, when you're ready to start doing that, let me know and I'll get you on some kind of birth control. And looking back, what I wish she had said was that, you don't have to do it, if you're not ready, and, that kind of thing. Because I didn't know that. But anyway, so, because, peer pressure, all that kind of stuff. And so eventually I'm watching my children, especially the little guy. He's venturing out just a little bit. in the water, and I want to make sure, he's okay, obviously. So I had this thing with my mother back and forth where she would like bad mouth me. I've always been like interested in God, and I would talk about God and all that. And my mother wasn't like that. And so when at some point after I had my daughter, I told my husband that I didn't really I told him I didn't want to continue to like have sex when we weren't married. And I was like, I know we already did. If you want to break up, I get it, but I don't want to do this anymore. And I remember sharing that with my mother. That was a huge mistake. But I shared that with my mother, and she was like, I never felt like that before. And, just not supportive at all. Made me feel like I was stupid and, all that. And so I was like, I would be called different names that weren't nice and all kinds of stuff because I was, I had a baby out of wedlock, which, mind you, I'm her baby that she had out of wedlock, and she never did marry my father. So, there's that too. But she would badmouth me for my relationship with my husband and for living with him when we weren't married. And I remember just before we actually got married, my mother, I called her like a fool. Every now and then I would have these lapses in judgment where I would contact her looking for some kind of support, like motherly, nurturing support. And that just doesn't happen with this type of person. So I called her and I'm telling her how I was scared and I didn't know if I was doing the right thing to marry Jermaine. Instead of her offering some kind of motherly something, she says, oh, I know Miss Holier Than Thou ain't gonna just keep shacking up. I was like, oh my God. I felt so stupid. I just, like, she knew how to make me feel like a complete dummy. And it was like any opportunity she could take to make me feel that way, she did. So I was never so shocked as I was a few days ago, maybe last week, when my husband says out the blue, you know your mother is the one who talked me into moving in with you, right? And I was like, what? You serious? And he said, yeah, she asked me to move in with you. And I said, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. First of all, we would have been 19 or 20 years old because I had my baby when I was 21. I was pregnant at 20. So, because I got pregnant as soon as we moved in together, pretty much. Mind you, we did want a baby, and so we got a baby. But, and now 5 of them. And my husband want another one, but I'm like, So yeah, to find out that not only was she teasing me and like, just bad mouthing me and making me feel terrible about how I was living, she orchestrated it behind the scenes. Like, who does that? So it's saying what a setup. Who sets their child up like that? And then I remember the day I called her to tell her that I was pregnant, I was so scared because you just don't know what you're going to get from my mother at any given moment. And she gave me this, just silence when I told her that I was pregnant. And then I just said after a while, I was like, say something. Please say something. And she said, well, what about college? What about, are you going to, just drop out now? And I said to her, I have, X amount of credits left to, finish. I'm finishing. And I did. In fact, after I had my baby, I did take off that year. I stopped school that year that I was pregnant with her. I went home to DC, had my baby, and then I had my baby in May, and school started back up in August. I was there, and I graduated. And I was more serious than ever with school. I did more like extracurricular activities and really applied myself more, and it was great. I did a good job. I did a really good job. It was like the baby gave me that drive to really be serious about my education and, you know, all that for her. So I did it, you know. And I know my mother was saying that part of the thing was that she thought I was going to do what she did, because she says that she was in college when she got pregnant with me and she dropped out and she never did finish. But I'm not her, you know. And then she set me up, you know, like and I don't know. I have so many feelings about it that I'm not going to share some parts, but it's just ridiculous, you know. So I'm dealing with all that and dealing with my feelings regarding that, because I look at my 21-year-old is running towards me now. There's no way in 10 hells I'm gonna tell some guy to move in with my baby. Are you kidding me? Oh, for real? Oh.
I forgot I had it on.
It's supposed to be waterproof though.
I know.
Because I had it too.
I went over there and that ground started pulsing.
Oh.
Under my feet.
Oh, wow. So they're telling me about their situations in the water now.
I hope it's all right.
So yes, Jonna. Your hands, yeah. There's a napkin in there that's balled up to wipe his hands. You gotta wipe him because he don't know how to do that.
Wipe him off the blankets.
Yeah.
Come up here.
So I don't know. I got all these crazy feelings with that, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with. I started doing more catering stuff for like my closer.
I mean, I'll take the cap, but
like family and tribe, like church family and stuff, and that is going really well. I'm kind of like, I don't know why I'm surprised, but I said the other day when one of my friends came to get an order that she placed with me, what did she order? She ordered some goat cheese. Goodness, I made her some goat cheese and pumpkin donuts and rose jam. And I was like, oh my gosh, people are actually paying me to do this for them. Like, I'm making food because I have fun making the food, you know. Mama. Yes, baby. Okay, I know. But I was just like, I'm having so much fun. It seems wrong that people are paying me to do this. Yes, honey. Yeah, I know. We're at the beach, babe. So there's sand. Look at him. He's eating his pretzels. So yeah, I'm really enjoying cooking different things for people and having them enjoy it. So it's really cool. So I guess that will be it for this video. I had something else that I wanted to talk about, but if I don't write it down, I'll forget. So, your ball is gonna roll away. And you don't even care, huh? But, all right. So, thank you for watching. And I pray all is well with you. And like and subscribe and all that good stuff. So, and share with anybody that you think this might help, because it's amazing me how much it's helping people, and I'm finding like that a lot of people have the same situation, whether it's parents and a spouse or just parents. It's crazy that this is a thing. It's absolutely nuts. So alrighty, I will see you next time. Bye.